Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like,
Principles.
education is just more knowledge. And I think if I can teach someone something, especially from a business standpoint, I don't think that's wasted. And I'm also all about joint income.
Would it be fair to say that since you're fairly successful yourself, the man that you attract is also going to be successful?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that he doesn't really need your like
But you can have a different field, career path.
I mean, you could say that. I mean, it's just I've always, again, I'm just you
But
guys could agree
I'm
to
also
disagree.
Indian. You know, I'm coming from that education for my culture is just big, right? Like not going to college is not an option in my family.
Of course.
And that's just how
Same
it
here.
is. You know, it's not like I don't think it really equivalents to knowledge. It's just something that I wanted to do. So.
No. And hey man, I'm not telling y'all don't go to school or anything like that. Don't take it that way. I'm not saying don't get your money and become successful. All I'm saying is that it's not going to make you a sexier candidate to a man, like necessarily. Like you're going to lose out to a chick that works at McDonald's if she's attractive and young when you've been slaving away at school. I think we make this really big mistake in the West where we tell women your education makes you sexier when it really doesn't. And as a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. Your education actually ostracizes you to a degree. Think about it. Let's say hypothetically you make $100,000 a year, right? You're not going to want to date a man that's lower than you socioeconomically. You're going to want a man that's at least your equal, right? That makes $100,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the problem. Only about 10% of the U.S. population makes that kind of money. That's everyone. Married men, gay men, women, everyone. So you have to, so within that small 10%, maybe 2 to 3% of the guys meet your requirements from a financial standpoint and are actually single and available and attractive? Well, these guys are far and few between. And here's the other problem that sucks with successful women. These guys are capable of dating down. How many times have you seen ball players, rappers, athletes, musicians, whatever it is, with some dumb bimbo that's not even smart or ambitious at all? Well, because men are attracted to different things than women are. So as men make more money, more doors open. As women make more money, more doors close.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair point. I've seen it all throughout people that I know.
And I'm sure you see it with your dating app, like the numbers.
I mean, I know that. I think that the more successful you are, it's like guys don't want that. They want the submissive, dumb girl that they can just fucking.
It's not dumb. It's just girls paying attention and not being too masculine.
But I think I'm feminine too. It's just that I think being successful does not equivalent masculinity.
To chime in as someone who is kind of masculine, I like to be submissive.
I like being submissive. I just like to also make money. I don't think that's, you know what I mean? Like I can be a boss bitch in career, like my career, but when I go home and with my boyfriend or my husband, I can be a different person. It's just different roles.
Yeah.
But we're saying that
sounds great on paper, but that's not the way it works. If you're a successful person, right? You're going to have an A-type personality. Someone that has an A-type personality is assertive, aggressive, competitive, dominant, etc. You can't turn that shit off. When I talk to millionaires, right, and people that are very successful, all of them have very similar traits. They don't stop fucking working. Okay? They keep going. Like you don't become successful by accident. It's a deliberate manifestation of your efforts. So that's cool. It's going to be fantastic for you for making money and becoming successful. But you can't really turn that shit off. I can't tell you how many girls I've dated that are lawyers, doctors, whatever it is. They're just masculine by virtue of how when you work at a job all the time, 10, 12 hours a day to make that kind of money, and you're always in that mode where I'm the boss, I got to make shit happen. You can't just turn it off. You can't.
I don't want to be the dominant one in a relationship. I want someone when I come home to be like, it's fine, relax.
Fantastic. I just want to chime in. Like sexually.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
So that's what you want. You want a man that's going to be
dominant.
More dominant than you are.
Yeah. Here's
my thing to that. Why should he take you when you're already?
Because I'm still young and hot.
Sex.
Okay, but Well, here's the thing. Like, why is he going to take you as a career woman that's ambitious and masculine to a degree? He's going to have to obviously elevate his masculinity to a certain level, right? Because you're going to want a guy that's more masculine than you, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Why should he sit there and have to increase his masculinity to compensate for your increased masculinity when you could just get a girl that's naturally feminine all the time?
I mean, it depends on the person, right? It's literally just person to person based.
Human beings are creatures of, we go the easiest path.
Some guys like fierce.
For sex.
Okay, going back to human nature, human beings like the path of least resistance. There's a reason why technology exists. There's a reason why we have buildings and all this other stuff. It's for convenience. So if a guy meets you, right, and you make your money, you're successful, and he meets a girl that looks fairly identical to you, same looks, but she's a little bit more compliant, more agreeable, not as competitive, etc. I'm willing to bet my left testicle he's going to take that girl over you because she's easier to deal with. And that's what men look for.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Yep.
Men already have to go out into the world and fight anyway. Last thing you want to do is come home and fight with this girl. And I know women say, well, I'm just competitive. That's the way I am. That's fine. That's
why? Because I'm successful. I'm not going to fight. I don't want to fight.
You say that. You say that.
You're
but
saying like, oh, you have the traits of like a type A person. You're automatically going to be feisty, bitchy, come home demanding. I'm not like that in a relationship. I can turn it off. I'm also 24. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm very young still. So it's different. But your point is right. They want someone that's easier to deal with.
Yeah. And they're not going to sit there. And like the other thing too, ladies, is that I'm having this discussion with you openly and telling you guys what men will never tell you. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to go on a date with a guy. You're going to talk about your career or your school or whatever it is. And he's going to be like, all right, cool. You know, he's going to play along. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Blah, blah, blah. In the back of his mind, he's like, all right, how quick can I have sex with this girl? What's going to happen is he's not going to tell you that he doesn't care that you go to school or that you have a career or whatever. He's just going to play games, get the sex, and move on. He just ain't going to tell you. And I'm giving you guys a cheat code right now, if you're listening, that leading with that doesn't necessarily benefit you. And if anything, it could hurt you.
Yeah.
So it's not that men are, because a lot of women, oh, you're just intimidated because I'm intelligent and I have a career and I'm successful. No, it's not that. It's just that men know deep down that this is going to lead to a problematic relationship down the road. And men just want peace. It's just that they can't say that though. Because if you tell a woman, hey man, we don't really care about your career, they're going to get
misogyny.
So that's the truth, man. They're just not going to tell you. They're just going to move on.
I mean, I appreciate your feedback and insight. And I think it's definitely
Speed of the mic, please.
So thank you.
And
thank you.
And then the last thing I'll say is that the more successful the guy, the less tolerance he's going to have for a successful woman. That's the truth. Like but when men make money and get status, they look for younger, hotter girls. And when women get money and status, they look for better men. Does that make sense? From a socioeconomic level.